Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Artosis, and we are in the Code S phase here of our tournament. Artosis, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling superb, Tasteless.
Superb?
Even though we had a very disappointing Code A with Rhett losing.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry he lost.
It's
but
sad.
We're going to actually have an excellent stacked group today.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm excited about it.
I'm pretty amped. Today we have RainBOw, Leenock, FoU, Genius, and Any Pro Prime. This is a pretty tough group to for all these guys. These are all very good players. I think Any Pro might be the least favorite.
Oh, absolutely.
In this group,
yeah.
But the other three, I mean, I think it's actually pretty even across.
Yeah, even though he's the least favorite of the group for certain, PvP is very, very volatile. So, he might be able to scrape through randomly. Who knows? But these other three are actually very top-class players. Leenock, FoU, we've been saying, this guy is actually one of the best Zergs. Obviously, RainBOw, you kidding me? He's the most solid player we've had. A top 4 and a top 2. And
of course, the StarCraft 1 pro gamer, known for basically having some of the best Reaver and Psystorm harassment out there. Now switching that over into the medevac here in StarCraft 2.
That's right. And then, of course, there's NSP Genius, the world champion of BlizzCon.
Yeah.
So it is a great group. And I wish we could just start it, but I guess we probably have to go over results from last week and the games today, and then look at the players and talk about all that, which I guess that's fun too. But
it's just funny because our commentators for Code A actually pushed through this stuff very quickly, but our Code S commentators, they have a lot more to say, which means we're going to have a lot more time to fill here, Artosis.
Yes.
In this Code S tournament. If you're new to the GSL, what we've done is we've taken the 3 previous GSL seasons, taken the most accomplished players from each of those seasons, and put them together in the upper half being in Code S, the lower half being in Code A. If you're in Code A, which is what we commentated earlier today, your goal is basically to just get high enough in Code A that you could possibly enter into Code S. Your job in Code S is to, first of all, stay in Code S. Second of all, win Code S because that's where all the money is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to be the champion. If you don't, then what are you doing? Yep. All right, let's take a look at yesterday's results from Code S. We had Choya FoU taking the group. He had a nice 4-gate win over TSL Kisu, a.k.a. Trickster. And those two are going to go ahead and advance. And then Kirix and Rain, they fall down. Rain, our defending champion, will only have one shot, one match, one important moment to try to stay in Code S. Kirix, he's going to have to.
Yeah, so it's going to be it's too bad to see Rain do so poorly in that group, considering he did get second place in Season 3.
Yeah.
But, of course, in Code S, with the small, tight group of top players, it's really, nobody has an easy game. Everybody's basically very accomplished. Now, for Code S, round 16, groups from round 16, groups A and B, we're going to have Nest T against OGS Xenio. Slayers Boxer against Silky Sue.
That is a sick group. Let's talk about that just a moment. Nest T actually knocked out Slayers Boxer Tasteless.
Yeah.
And that's going to make it really, really interesting. In fact, Nest T knocked out Xenio as well. So this is a revenge on Nest T group. And then, of course, Kisu added into that. That's actually a ridiculously stacked group. I cannot actually fathom that only 2 of those players come out.
And in Group B, we got The Best. Then we got I'm MVP. And after that, OGS Hyperdub against Choya FoU. So that is also a pretty intimidating group. A lot of Terran powerhouses in there. And Choya, very unpredictable player. I really look forward to commentating that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... But that first group, Tasteless. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Now, on to today's games. Code S round 32. We have RainBOw against Leenock FoU. Genius against Any Pro Prime. The winner of the first match against the second match loser. And after that, the first match loser against the second match winner. We may not have a 6th game. It depends on where the pieces fall.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, we'll at least have 5, though. So we're going to know the rest of the format of the tournament after these first 2 games.
That we will.
It's the truth.
I'm excited.
I wouldn't lie to you guys.
Huh?
Nothing.
I actually didn't hear what you said.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, all right. I thought you didn't want to improv that one. I was like, all right, we got to get out of this fast. Where's my suicide pill?
Like, oh, it must have been funny. You're doing something funny now.
No, sorry. I'll think of something later. This is, of course, the GSL, the largest, biggest, bestest esports tournament in the world. We are giving away more money than anybody can be compared to. And it is basically almost monthly. Sometimes the tournament takes a little bit more than a month, and then we take a week off, and we come back. So continue, please, to join us throughout future GSLs as we bring esports into the future. Also, thank you to our sponsors at Sony Ericsson. Damn, I love those guys.
They are awesome. Sponsoring GSL after GSL after GSL.
They've been great to us, so I'm really excited, to have people supporting esports like this, especially sponsors as big as Sony.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you, Pepsi, for the free drinks. They are delicious. If you come down to the GOM studio, you can get some.
Absolutely scrumptious, tasteless.
As you can see, yes, absolutely. As you can see, I am shinier than Artosis today. My blazers are getting clean. It got a little bit messy. We also, beg your pardon, John? Our production sponsor is G-Skill. We're getting all sorts of sponsors. Skill. They got a lot of skill. They'd probably be pretty good at StarCraft. Ooh, I like what you did there. As you can see, I got the shiny blazer on today. The other blazer is getting cleaned, so that's why I look a little bit more shiny, sparkly than Artosis. It also has sleeves that don't fit me, as you can see here, since I have freakishly long orangutan arms. But we're going to get the player interviews up here for our first two guys, RainBOw and Leenock Foyu. They're going to tell us what their expectations are of the tournament, who they want to face, maybe who they don't want to face. Maybe what their favorite ice cream is. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to throw it up here. So get ready for that. Should be pretty cool. Whenever our cream commentator's ready.
Yep.
Always playing second fiddle, Taze.
All right, here we go.
박상익 선수요. 연습 때 많이 지기도 했고 뭔가 쉬워 보이면서도 안 이겨지는 이상한 그런 게 있더라고요. 그래서 무섭습니다. 네, 박상익 선수랑 GSL 무대에서 해보는 게 예전부터 꿈이었고요. 이제는 제가 이길 때도 되지 않았나 싶어서 만나고 싶습니다. 8강 이상 가보도록 노력하려고요. 새로운 마음으로 좋은 성적 내고 싶고 못했던 우승을 꼭 올해는 해보고 싶네요.
학교를 가야 돼서 매일 아침에 일찍 일어나는 게 제일 힘들어요. 정종현 선수가 제일 힘든 것 같아요. 8강 이상으로 가보고 싶고 목표는 우승해보고 싶어요. 열심히 최선을 다해서 좋은 성적 내도록 노력하겠습니다.
Well, we got
Getting
to
up for
see
school early is hard.
And
actually, that is true. That's actually the worst part about school.
Is it?
Man, waking up. Well, what's for me, because I was up all night playing World Game Tour on StarCraft 1 back then.
No, I actually was too, Taze, but I would just go to school and sleep on the floor of the gym.
I used to do that too.
First block, and then second block, I'd sleep on my chemistry desk. And third block, I'd sleep on my physics desk.
Over here, we have RainBOw. He was formerly known as Hope Torture. He went back to his original old school ID, thank God. This is a much better ID. Season 1, he was in the finals. And in the other tournaments, he got to round 8, round 4.
Round 4 and round of 64, actually.
Yeah. Oh, did I misread that? I'm sorry, it faded away before I got a chance to do it.
It's okay.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right. We forgive you. Anyways, he is so solid. One of the very top players points-wise. Hard to actually get rid of this guy. Just keeps getting deep. He did lose last season to Slayers Yu-Gi-Oh, which I believe is Golden Foyu, but again, I'll have to check into that later. People changing their IDs, I swear. I swear, Texas.
I swear. Here is our youngster. But
the best Foyu, but not the best Foyu.
Not
just the highest
ID.
skilled one.
Everybody is saying, well, at least when you watch this guy play, it's unbelievable how strong he is.
Yeah.
He had an amazing series against Clyde in the
that he did.
What is that? A round of 64. If you haven't seen that, go check out season 3. That was actually all 3 of those games, 3 of the best TVZs I've ever seen.
Truly,
and it finally
from both
proved
sides.
what Artosis and I have been saying is that Clyde is one of the most amazing human beings of all
Clyde
time.
loss proved that he is an amazing player.
He's an AH Artosis. Amazing human.
He is an amazing human.
Yes.
And here we go, already in Season 4, talking about Clyde. Hasn't even shown his face yet, but he's going to win Season 4. Calling it
I
now.
can't wait until the Clyde games begin.
Yeah.
We're going to have, parades and stuff, people riding on elephants. It's going to be crazy. And then we got some fans here. Oh, getting hot and bothered. Now, he's a bit young for you, young man. It said I love the female Korean commentator.
Wow.
Wow.
No.
I'm like, no, he has to be me. Me. Well, okay. I just assumed that it was about Leenock Foyu, and I was like, well, that guy is 16, so I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't put a sign about that, but that's good, too. All right. We do have a very good-looking female Korean commentator. No, can't blame the guy, man. So,
we have a couple of good-looking English commentators, Tasteless.
Yeah.
Where are our signs?
I don't know. I could have been making a lot more money being a supermodel, but no. Decided to go ahead and talk about StarCraft.
Got to go with your passion, Tasteless.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sure, I could be on the beach having people take pictures of me nonstop, but
yeah,
I love StarCraft.
But it's okay. I'll just be an ultra nerd. We're going to get the maps up on screen here in just a minute. So, I don't know what happened.
Frog in
frog in my throat. Get that frog out.
It's my throat, frog. Get out of there.
Can't get my throat. I didn't let you get in there, frog. Anyways, we're going to get the maps thrown up in a minute here. And, of course, note that these guys only get one game for each match. So if you get dealt a map that's not good, man, you better have a damn good strategy because otherwise you're in trouble.
Certainly you are. Leenock Foyu against Startail RainBOw.
Yeah.
We already know the map. It is going to be Shakura's Plateau. RainBOw removed Blistering Sands. Good choice against Zerg to remove. Leenock Foyu removes Steps of Ward. Good choice as Zerg to remove. Now, Shakura's Plateau, this is a map that Leenock Foyu is quite deadly on. We saw him against Clyde on this map. Absolutely amazing play.
Oh, yeah.
And on the other hand, into the RainBOw, when he tried to play this map first round last season, got totally owned. Tried to, I believe it was a 4 barracks all-in that got scouted.
Yeah.
And
he actually played very disappointingly.
Yeah, no, he got slapped around like a clown, Tasteless. He got bopped.
He got bopped is what he did, actually.
Yeah, he did.
So, Shakura's Plateau. We'll see if Rain goes for his aggressive playstyle or not. I don't know what to expect, really.
Yeah, could see anything.
Leenock Foyu.
You really have to know how to macro, though, if you want to beat Leenock Foyu on this map. In fact, I believe Nada played Leenock Foyu on this map.
Yeah.
And it was actually the best macro TVZ. Like, Nada actually showed you, hey, this is what macro's going to look like in a year. Anyways,
the countdown's begun, so get ready for some TVZ action here at the GSL. In the red, at the bottom left, our Terran player. He played Protoss in StarCraft 1. He's here in StarCraft 2. He is named
Startail RainBOw.
Oh, it's the Hellion. And anyways, over here in the blue, we have our Zerg player, a young player, but a very talented one of that.
Leenock Foyu.
Oh, look, it's little Leenock.
Oh,
those are little baby Zerglings.
That's actually so cute.
Until they surround your zealot and kill it and counterattack and you lose.
I deserved it, Tasteless, if I was using a Zealot.
Unorthodox wall in over here at the bottom of the ramp. And, we see this because you can wall in a little bit quicker.
Yep.
It takes 2 buildings to wall in instead of 3.
And, of course, it's going to rally quicker, too, if you want to attack.
Yeah.
Well, these are positions that are actually pretty good for RainBOw. It's close through the back path. And normally in Terran vs. Zerg on this map, if you are these positions, you're going to want to hit a very strong timing push through that back path. Because it's going to be very closed in. Zerg can't really flank you in there. And, that's the exact positions you want to be on this map as Terran.
Barracks almost done.
SCV is hurt, though. Running away.
And might be a little bit before this game picks up here. Doesn't look like we're going to get a second barracks here. And Marines being pumped out now.
Leenock making his hatchery first. Just throwing up the pool now.
Drone chasing the SCV. He's going to control this El Naga watchtower for now. He wants to be careful. He knows RainBOw does have a reputation for using that Marine SCV rush, at least from season 3, I believe. And he wants to make sure he can spot that as soon as possible if it does come at it.
Yeah, smart move to actually do that. But the Marine on the mini-map is actually going to run right above where that is. But actually, I guess he's just going to go up and take the Zelnaga watchtower. Looks like another Marine might come down and attack that drone, Tasteless. Drone, though, sees it and gets out of there while the getting is good. Now, RainBOw, he did not get any gases yet, so as we see on the production tab, he's going to go ahead and make a command center. Nice, fast expansion for RainBOw.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And this is pretty good because since RainBOw showed us really aggressive play early on in the Season 3, he's mixed it up. He's now going to go for econ play with fast teching. We know that because of the 2 refineries.
Yep.
He's going to do that here in what is basically Season 4. Our first Code S. And look, even feigning aggression here.
Very smart move. You want to do things like this. But there are a decent number of Zerglings out. He's going to have to be careful about that. Kills off the SCVs, and Leenock very smartly runs away. Those Zerglings were not enough to kill those Marines, so do not engage.
Enoch doesn't seem to be overreacting. Not actually even getting additional Zerglings.
Yeah, just getting that spine crawler up, which is so smart. A single spine crawler does wonders to help out against any sort of Marine attacks.
So, 2 extractors. We don't have a layer yet, but we will soon. And is he going to get 2 factories?
Oh, factory
barracks.
Oh. Huh. Well, just going to tech up and still make a decent amount of units so that he can't be run over. Leenock, I'm wondering exactly what he's going to want to do. Once he sees it's an expansion, will he go ahead and expand again? Will he just super drone up? We will have to see.
So, actually pretty ordinary fast expo build. Afterwards, just getting the factory and a bunch of barracks. It looks like he might go for a standard timing push. Although he might carve through the bottom location on the map, through the rocks down there, as we just got a shot of now. And then he can just attack that and then attack the Zerg's rocks and push into the main. Now, if you're facing against a Zerg, oftentimes if you actually get into the Zerg's main, where all the tech is, where the layer is, where, for instance, the Hydralisk Den, the Spire, whatever, if you kill that, everything is reset for the Zerg. The Zerg is put back in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy to win.
That's quite true. It's a sad thing to lose your main, but the one thing we can say about losing a Zerg main, if they can remake those production buildings, those tech buildings rather, before their layer/hive dies, then they still have a lot of production elsewhere on the map, whereas a Terran or a Protoss player oftentimes will just have all their production in their main base.
We've got an Overseer. Is he going to goop the factory? Nope.
Not quite enough energy for it. Contamination yet.
One problem for the Overseer is that this is just not a very fast unit. So even though you can scout with it, it's really easy for it to get picked off.
Yeah, it needs that speed upgrade. But at that point, you scout with Overlords.
Yeah. Because the Overseer is so, expensive.
Now we do have Baneling speed on the way, as well as a Spire. Decently quick Baneling speed. Definitely need that to defend against any Marine attacks.
Now, RainBOW's a pretty good player, so I wonder if he'll even be forced to overstim even once. Note, on our production tab, Terran made a Viking.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. What do you think?
Now, you don't normally see it, but when you're trying to defend against Mutalisk harassment, instead of stimming Marines to try to catch up, sometimes you just float a Viking with your Marines, and that'll help out. And look at this, also being used to kill off this Overseer, so that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
And after he kills Overseer, it might kill a couple Overlords as well, but again, one of the great things about it will be defending Mutalisk harassment when there are actually Mutalisks around. It'll at least be picking off damage so they can't just keep right out of range of the Marines.
Yeah, that's all very true. Excellent points, Artosis. Now the Mutas are on the way. He's got to be very careful with these Mutalisks. If he loses too many, he's screwed. If he loses, or if he doesn't do enough damage, he's going to be in trouble too. Even if he can't destroy or damage any buildings, if he can at least force a stim or two, that would be superb for him.
Yeah.
You know, the Terran looks like he's pretty comfortable just going to go ahead and push, and I like this build, bringing SCVs. He could probably just make turrets there.
Oh, loses that Viking, unfortunately. It's a nice spotting unit as well. Sad to see it go, I'm sure he is.
And nice turret chases out the Mutas. If the Terran can leapfrog with turrets like he is right now, he can get close to the Zerg's main, and that would be bad news for him. Nice turtling here from RainBOw. I like this. Take a look at that.
Yeah, it's very smart move by
because
RainBOw.
turrets are so strong against Mutalisks. Even one can
Makes
force
his rally
Mutalisks to
pad.
turn around.
Yeah. Now, something that Leenock should be thinking about doing right now, oh, beautiful right now, just microing, killing as much as he can before it gets up there. You slow him down like this, yes, but it's good to maybe take an additional expansion somewhere else far away, because this is a somewhat immobile
that's really
push.
smart, Artosis.
Yeah, it's kind of like for anyone who played StarCraft 1 and saw gully pushes from Terran on certain maps where they kind of elevator tanks and stuff like that. This is a slow kind of attack, and you can really abuse the mobility by expanding far away from the Terran, because obviously, for instance, top right, that's not going to be attacked by Terran. No possibility.
You mean top left? Top right's
Top
occupied
left
by the
or
Zerg.
top right. I mean, he's
well, top right's occupied by the Zerg.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the Terran cannot attack him.
Oh, right, yeah. In
He's
far
just
away
so
locations.
immobile at this point.
Siege tanks, sieging up. Now this, I like how these siege tanks are also in the front. They can actually tank Baneling damage.
Yeah, that's very nice. It doesn't let Zerglings run in and surround as well. As you see, a lot of Zerglings there wanting to run in and surround.
Nice, 2 turrets, really pushing him away. He's broken through. This game could end pretty quickly, Artosis. He's got the Banes out, though. He has Stim. Stim, and he's going to run.
He's got to be very careful. Those Banelings are going to be deadly. Oh, and a lot of Banelings going down by Tank Splash. Ouch. Into the RainBOw, really showing how you can go ahead and push this situation. Now, Banelings coming into the natural. There's a lot of them. They could really hurt his economy.
Not as much as I thought they would.
Yeah, I thought it would do a little bit more than that.
Now he stims. He's going to trigger the Banes to attack, or he's going to take out the layer. Hero!
Some pretty good Banelings.
He messed up back there, picking up some in the medevac. He did not move the second those Banelings appeared, and that's all it takes. I think if he unloads that medevac, he can actually, you know what, I think he's still going to get it. More Banelings are on the way. He does have an Infestor too. He's just out of range of the layer. If he gets that layer, it's bad news for the Zerg.
Yeah, he should in fact start his layer somewhere else. Just assume that it probably will die. Because this push is
going to be
so
gone.
Strong. Yeah.
Goodbye, layer.
With the layer gone, unfortunately Leenock did make a second hatchery here. We do see an Infestor out at this point. So the Infestor definitely going to help out quite a bit with its fungal growths.
If he gets that second hatch, I don't know, man. This is getting pretty bad.
It is indeed. You know, Leenock didn't take an extra base like maybe he should have.
RainBOW's push was pretty slick, too, just making a ton of turrets. Mutalisks can't quite stop that very easily. He made it a turret line, actually, so there's nowhere in between that pathway where he can't actually just reinforce this.
It looks like those Queens and Banelings may even get trapped. He may want to just evacuate that area. And, well, the thing is, he had a timing to actually take an additional base, but it looks like he's just going to run in.
GG. Well, RainBOw. That's right, I'm RainBOw.
You think that's
Every
girly?
color.
It's not.
It's not. It's actually quite scary. Rainbow. Ooh, feeling the heat.
He is.
He's that rainbow, and at the end of that rainbow, it might be a pot of gold, Artosis.
Might also be Siege Tanks Tasteless, and that's
never
what it
know.
was for Leenock Foyu.
That's right.
He tried to follow the rainbow, but he didn't make it.
That's right. It's actually so sad. You can never actually get to the end of a rainbow.
I've been to the end of a rainbow. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Tasteless? I've slid down the end of a rainbow. Rainbow is good. Positionally,
I'm actually really surprised he tore Leenock apart.
I know. I thought it was going to be a pretty close game.
So good in the previous seasons. But definitely Rainbow did outplay him there.
Yeah, we still got more games coming up here. So, you Leenock fans, sit tight. We'll have some more stuff coming up in a little bit. Our next game is going to be Genius against Any Pro.
Yeah, NSP Genius versus Any Pro Prime.we. PvP action.
Yep.
And
Genius.
I think we have to see their little intros, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we do.
About that, yeah.
Did they call him Genius or did they call him Chunjae here? Chunjae
Genius.
is Korean
He names
for
himself
Genius.
Genius.
Okay.
Whenever you say Chunjae, I think of Chunjae.
You think of me, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have a video pretty soon here with these guys kind of talking about the GSL. You've already seen them, some of them. You know, what are my expectations about how far I'm going to get, who do I want to face? What's my favorite color? Stuff like that. So we'll see that, my 3 favorite dramas, my top 2 favorite Japanese RPGs.
What are those, Tasteless?
Mine, Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VII. Easy. Done. What are yours? You have?
Final Fantasy 3.
You mean 6 in Japan?
I'm not one of those snobs like you that calls it 6.
Get ready for the interview.
선수나 이정훈 선수가 가장 껄끄럽다고 생각합니다. 4강 이상 갈 거라고 생각합니다. 최종으로는 우승이 목표. 앞에 있는 경기만 생각하고 열심히 준비해서 우승에 다가갈 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 많이 지켜봐 주세요.
32강 저희 조에는 없는 것 같고 더 위로 올라간다면 같은 팀인 선수들이 좀 까다로울 것 같습니다. 붙고 싶은 선수는 없고 되도록이면 저그전을 좀 많이 하고 싶어요. 저번 GS에 너무 허무하게 떨어졌기 때문에 더 높은 성적을 올리는 게 목표고 최종 목표는 당연히 우승입니다. 숙소에서 많이 도와주고 있는 팀원들에게 너무 고맙고 끊임없이 후원해주는 감독님께도 고맙고 또 엄마 아빠 누나 사랑합니다. 열심히 하겠습니다.
All right, we got the interviews done. We will, of course, have interviews for the top 2. I like that shirt.
Yeah.
That's a classy shirt.
Genius is just a cool guy, man.
He's just a cool dude.
He is. This guy is an ex-StarCraft 1 pro gamer. He was on CJ Entis. He was actually a Terran player in that game. He said, forget this stuff. Terran and StarCraft 1, that's the race of frustrated, angry nerds.
Yes,
such as
this is
myself,
true.
Hydra, and Genius.
Yes, this is true.
Genius smartly switched over to Protoss for this game to live a happier life, and he has enjoyed it so far, being the BlizzCon champion and one of the greatest Protosses in the world.
He's a cocky guy, but I like him.
Oh,
he's
got
really
great
friendly,
style,
too,
man.
down here in the studio.
Yeah.
Really cool guy. And, I like that. These StarCraft 2 guys have so much more personality than these StarCraft 1 pro gamers.
There is no
where
question
I felt like
about
we were
that.
watching androids face each other.
We basically were.
The interviews were actually always terrible. It's like, I will train harder, and I will do better next time. And I'm like,
Thank you to my fans.
Thank you to my
I'm
fans.
sorry to let you down, or thank
I
you
will
for my
train harder.
fans. Your support led me to victory.
I'm like, these interviews are terrible. Any Pro Prime didn't really even get an appearance in Season 2. In Season 1, round of 16. In Season 3, round of 64.
Yeah. And, Any Pro, he's a good Protoss, actually. I thought, during about Season 1 time, he was one of the best Protoss in Korea. Kind of dropped off a little bit, didn't even make it to Season 2. Season 3 didn't do that good. Still a very good Protoss, but doesn't really come with the name power he had in Season 1. In Season 1, when Any Pro was coming up, I was like, oh, sick, this guy was so good during the beta. But now, he hasn't really done a lot for a while. He's really going to have to prove himself here against the BlizzCon World Champion.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He seemed pretty confident in his interview.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
He said no one in his group is the hardest opponent. We'll see what his group has to say about that, Tasteless.
Yeah, no kidding. All right.
Something about ire.
Something about that. I wasn't even actually looking at our preview screen just there. Guys, we're going to get this game started pretty soon. Special thanks to our sponsors at Sony Ericsson and all of our other sponsors. We really love you guys. Sony Ericsson is our primary sponsor. So we're going to have a PvP here. PvP is, a really interesting matchup. We've seen a lot of 4-gate, all inning. We've seen 3-gate into DT. We've seen 3-gate into Robo, into Observer, into Expand. We have seen Void Rays in Season 1 and 2. That's kind of teetered off, but you never know this stuff can come back. PvP, though, great matchup.
Yeah, well, PvP, a lot of people actually feel it's the worst matchup in the game.
Well, they're wrong.
They're wrong. What is the worst matchup in the game, Taste?
There is none.
Oh,
see?
Look at you. You're like someone's mom, man. It's like, Mom, who do you love the most?
Everybody's
I love
a
you all
winner.
equally. Well, a lot of people don't like it. There's a lot of 4-gating going on, but I think it's evolving.
Yeah, I think it's good. I love it. I think it's great. Here are the maps, and we're gonna have Lost Temple, a classic map.
That's right.
When I say the maps, I talk like this. Scrap Station, Blistering Sands, were the maps that were eliminated by Genius and Any Pro.
Yep. Those are maps that Protoss don't like quite as much as the other maps.
Now, note, they can only eliminate one map for the entire group. So they had to basically look at the different matchups they could encounter. And if you're a Protoss, you're going to have to play all 3 matchups.
Yes.
That's a tough choice, but Blistering Sands, probably the map I would have eliminated too.
Yeah, as a Protoss, I really don't care for Blistering Sands as much. It's, late game, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy, but in the early game, it can be pretty scary at times, Stasis. It's a punch-the-wall situation occasionally. But, anyways, PvP, Lost Temple. I'm interested to see if Genius will try some of his Blink Stalker play. He does like that from time to time. 4 Warp Gates is quite a common build we may be seeing. All right, it's time.
The countdown has begun, so let's get ready for some PvP action here on the map Lost Temple. This is the GSL.